There we go. All right, it is time to get ready for my October challenge to make everything from scratch. Now, there's gonna be a couple caveats to this. One, I'm not gonna make condiments. In the future, I would love to try doing that, and maybe I will try doing it, but I'm not gonna force myself into that hole because I will hate myself. Two, I'm not making any meat substitutes. So for those of you who don't know, I am allergic to meat, and so I eat only seafood and mostly a vegetarian diet. So I'm not going to even like try and get into the whole realm of making meat substitutes right now. I know there are lots of great recipes out there that I would love to try someday, but for today and for this challenge, we're gonna nix that one. So with that being said, I got a lot of cool stuff. I did my meal plan. I got everything ready for the month. It might change here and there, but I at least have a plan mapped out. So yeah, it's gonna be a really good challenge. And I've got cookie orders to make and all sorts of things. So October is gonna be busy and crazy, but I'm staying committed because I had a lot of people interested in following me along, and I really want to do this. So we're gonna do it even if it's crazy, and it'll be worth it. Now though, we gotta go grocery shopping because I just got back from Tennessee last night. I have like no food in my house. I think I have some carrots, I have some eggs. That is it. So we're gonna go shopping. Here we go. Week one. Woo! Morning everybody. We are getting started on the first thing I'm making. It's still not technically October, but I'm going to be consuming it in October. So here we go. And it's a perfect day to get it started. So it's a morning, Friday morning here. I work from home, so this is the perfect thing for me to make while I'm working because it needs absolutely zero attention. So we're making, I might need to turn some light. You can see it steaming. We're making broth. I actually drink this in the morning. I don't use it in recipes very often. So there's a lot of ginger and there's a lot of turmeric in it, which is not great for a lot of recipes that call for a vegetable broth. But it's really good for your stomach and your gut. So yeah, we're making some broth today. My house is gonna smell oh so delicious. You can, the original form of this that a lot of people will probably be familiar with is bone broth. But I obviously can't have bone broth. I'll put some links for the recipe that I follow and then the bone broth recipe I would recommend in the box below, so you can check that out if you're curious, and always leave a comment or shoot me a message if you're confused and looking for more information. I am happy to help. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go get some work done, and I'm gonna let this hang out all day. Welcome back. It is the end of the day on Friday. My stock has been simmering all day. This is what it looks like now. And so what I'm going to do now is, over here I have first a colander inside a really large glass bowl, so I'm going to dump it in there first to get all the really big stuff out, and then afterwards I'm going to run it through cheesecloth in a strainer to kind of catch all of the smaller stuff that'll get through the strainer. Strained and cheeseclothed and ready to go. So obviously this is a lot and I can't drink it all that fast, so I'm gonna freeze a couple of them, probably 3 of them, leave 2 in the fridge. I drink about a cup a day, so that way it doesn't go bad before I can drink all of it, and then I just frost one, de-thaw it as I need them. But first homemade thing done, ready to go. There we go. All right, good morning y'all. It is Saturday morning. I am wet haired from my shower, and I'm getting ready to go watch my nephew for a little bit. But first, I started my English muffin dough for my breakfast this week. And I'm glad I looked up the recipe this morning to just be like, okay, here's everything I'm making. What do I need to know? Because this is going to take some time. So I did the starter, and then I have to mix the rest of the dough, and then I have to let it sit overnight. So still not technically October, but we're just going for it. So here on the stove, I have the starter. It hasn't been sitting very long, so it looks kind of boring right now, but it's just some yeast, some water, and some flour. So we're gonna let that sit for most of the day. The recipe says 1 to 12 hours. Obviously, the longer you let it sit, the more flavor you get. So this evening, I'll mix the rest of the dough and then let it sit overnight, and then tomorrow we will make them. All right, it is now evening on Saturday. I just got back from watching my nephew for the afternoon, and our starter for the English muffins is still over here, getting all frothy and doubled in size, and I'm going to keep letting that rise and double while I make pizza sauce for later in the week. My mom is coming up this weekend to help watch my nephew, and so we're going to make pizza on Thursday night. So I need to make pizza sauce in prep for that, so here we go. Hair's gone up because we mean business. I have tomatoes, peppers, garlic, and a bunch of seasoning, olive oil, and some tomato paste in a dish. We're gonna roast that in the oven at 375 until, what does it say? Until tomatoes are brown on the outside. So we're gonna do that. Pizza sauce step 1. Fingers crossed. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit nervous about this one. So hopefully it's good. Okay, I have my veggies roasting in the oven still, and I'm gonna get started on mixing the rest of the English muffin dough, which I actually technically already started and then realized I'm filming all of this. So we're gonna mix this up. I got the yeast in here already. I got ahead of myself. English muffin dough is ready. This is going to go in the fridge to rise overnight. The veggies in the oven are almost done, so we're going to pull those out and finish making some pizza sauce. So this is supposedly done now, but I don't know if I like that it's super chunky. It's still also really watery. I don't like that. So I think I'm gonna go rogue. I think I'm gonna put it back in the blender and like really smooth it out, and then I might try and thicken it. Because I'm gonna just like, I don't, this is why I was nervous about pizza sauce. You probably can't hear me because I still have Netflix playing in the background. Hopefully you can. Anyways, we're gonna smooth this out because I don't want chunky pizza sauce. Okay, so I threw it back in the blender and I smoothed it out. Let me try and show you here. So this is one more. Like it's still got some It's not perfectly smooth. That was probably bad filming, but just smoother. The recipe said to just roughly blend. And I didn't want a chunky pizza sauce. So I am happier with this. The flavor, however, is like spot on. It tastes really good. So that's positive. I think I'm just gonna let this simmer for a little bit and try and thicken it, because I don't want like a super watery pizza sauce, because then my crust is gonna get gross, right? Because like this, it tastes right. And now the texture seems right after I blend it a little bit more. It's just now too watery compared to what I remember like store-bought pizza sauce being like. So I'm just gonna let it simmer and see what happens. Okay, so my attempt to thicken was successful. Let me show you here. So much thicker, much more like a pizza sauce. I'm not worried about it making the crust soggy. So I'm gonna put it in a couple of mason jars. I have a small one here that I will do for this week, and then I have a bigger, just pint-sized one that I'll put the rest in to freeze. So I'm gonna put this in jars. I'm not gonna film that. That seems kind of boring. And then I'm gonna finish cleaning up my mess, and tomorrow is officially October 1st. And we begin for real.